Everyone keeps talking about this, and no, I don't mean cold Bernie or Bernie in mittens. I'm talking about the future of the Sims franchise. Hey, welcome to my channel, Catchy. Today we're going to chat about Sims 5 and all of the rumors surrounding it. If you enjoy this sort of thing, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for future content. Thank you. Alrighty, so there's been a lot of talk about Sims 5 in the last few weeks. New information has come out through simscommunity.info about job postings for the new Sims game. First and foremost, I strongly believe this game will come out in 2023 or 2024. Either way, I think it'll be the direct competitor to Paralives, instead of Sims 4 being Paralives' main competitor. If you've never heard about Paralives, I have two fantastic playlists all about it. The card for my latest Paralives video should have popped up by now, and I'll leave the playlist links in the description box. The first time there was news about job postings for a new Sims game was in September of 2018. At the time, they were looking for a character modeler for an exciting new game in the best-selling Sims franchise. There was also a posting for an environment concept artist, as well as an executive producer game GM to help develop the creative center of the game. And they should be able to grow the company into a successful franchise capable of multiple versions. Lastly, they were looking for a software engineer. Applicants for this role were required to build, implement, and maintain user-facing content for The Sims, and to implement gameplay systems like sim behaviors, romance, careers, and postures. Next, we found out that SimGuru Duke, who previously worked on The Sims Mobile, became the new senior producer for The Sims 4. SimGuruGrant switched roles within Maxis. Apparently, he's still working on very important and awesome Maxis things. This is a very important clue to Sims 5 being in development. Grant has only ever switched roles when a new Sims game was being developed, since he worked as a lead and associate producer for The Sims 3 from September 2005 to November 2010, and then made the switch to a producer and senior producer for The Sims 4 from 2011 to 2019. Grant moving on from The Sims 4 to a new Maxis project definitely reflects the fact that a new Sims game is being developed. It seems like Maxis has made a team with veterans and new employees to work separately on a new game while the other team continues on with Sims 4. That means there are two different teams working on two different Sims games. So, for anyone who is concerned they're going to stop working on Sims 4, y'all need to realize that's just not the case. Games take years to develop, and that means there'll be new content coming out for the fourth installment, as another team, presumably led by Grant, will work on developing the fifth installment in the Sims franchise. We got more job postings from Maxis, which include senior game designer, assistant producer, but the most interesting posting was certainly about the several software engineer openings. With these job postings, we found out they're going to be creating prototypes in Unreal Engine, which is a powerful software used by game developers to help bring games to life, including Fortnite, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Final Fantasy, Borderlands, Gears of War 1, 2, and 3, and many more titles. This doesn't mean that the final product will be solely reliant on Unreal Engine. It means they're looking for people who can bring the prototypes of The Sims 5 to life using C++, Python, and Unreal Engine. Here's a look back at The Sims 4 prototypes. These are really funny to see since it looks like The Sims 4, but not exactly. You know? That sim also looks creepy as heck. Like Pixelate said in his video about this, I actually prefer the lighting in these pictures compared to the final Sims 4 game. Then we got even more job postings. Earlier this week, Maxis started looking for a senior cast artist to help establish the look and pipeline of the characters, as well as a game designer. This job posting is a very interesting one, I must say. The game designer must be excited by and participating in new business models like subscription services and cross-platform play. Let's talk about this for a second. Subscription-based products are very common nowadays. We got Disney+, Netflix, YouTube Music, Spotify, and Uber Eats Eats Pass. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many more services that charge monthly. However, it's also common in video games. Currently, I'm playing Warzone and Destiny 2, and both of these games have a sort of paid subscription-based service for what they call seasons. So, for Destiny 2, I pay for a season pass, but in other games it's also called a battle pass. This means I earn additional perks, items, and whatnot as I rank up during the season. In addition to the seasons, I can buy expansion packs as they come out. Well, how does this relate to The Sims? Unlike Netflix, I don't think the next Sims will be a monthly cost. Hopefully this means that the base game will be free or a very low cost to buy it and own it. Maybe this means that The Sims will also have seasons or set time periods where new content is launched and there's an objective for the players to get through with additional perks or items for people who have purchased a seasonal pass. Maybe instead of stuff packs, this is how they release a small batch of content. Then they can still have players buy expansions or game packs on top of this. Maybe something similar to the Sims 3 store will come out again with points you buy. Once again, this is very similar to how Destiny 2 operates with their in-game store called Eververse, where you buy silver with real-life money so that you can buy in-game cosmetics. In Eververse, you purchase cosmetics using free in-game currency as well as the paid-for currency. This in-game store reminds me a lot of the Sims 3 store and exchange. Now that season passes and battle passes have become so incredibly popular, it's not hard to see that this might be where EA plans to be with The Sims. However, it's worth noting that despite EA's best efforts to drain every Sim player of their money, they've never added anything resembling loot boxes to The Sims. Loot boxes are an addictive way to entice players to waste money in hopes that the player receives whatever item they wanted from the loot box. Loot box is a way to get players to gamble, which is never good. This whole thing is certainly something to be worried about. We all complain about how Maxis and EA has split packs down over the years as a way to get players to pay extra for gameplay, cast items, and build-buy items that would have previously been bunched into a larger pack. So if they do incorporate seasons or an in-game store to The Sims, it's just another way of them trying to make money from their players. That, coupled with their increasingly lazy ways like lack of animations, reskinned items, small packs, and many more annoying things, this doesn't sound good to me. Luckily, games like Paralives are underway and hopefully won't include such a robust monetization strategy. One would think that EA would be very cautious not to piss off their fanbase with competition on the horizon. Anywho, going back to the game designer job posting. In addition to being excited about new business models, they want their future employee to be excited about cross-platform play. This makes sense because we already knew the Sims game would have a single and multiplayer aspect to it. And it would be better if you were able to play with your friends who play on different systems than you. The multiplayer aspect was confirmed by EA's CEO Andrew Wilson in January of 2020. Lastly, we got another job posting for the new installment yesterday. They're looking for a UI artist who will focus exclusively on UI for a minimum of 2 years of the project development. After this period, the role could become a hybrid UI/UX role. Maxis is looking for someone who will be the Unreal Engine expert in UI and will guide their team in the best practices. This is an example of a UI prototype from The Sims 4. It looks a lot like how we see it in the final product. So, that was a lot. What do you peeps think about all of this? Tell me your theories on how Sims 5 will work and how they'll include a subscription service to it. Let's start a discussion about this. I want to give a special shout out to HoloTap for this video. I don't think I would have done such a deep dive on all things Sims 5 if you didn't leave a comment suggesting it. So thank you again. If you have an idea or something you want to hear me rant about, please leave me a comment down below. I love getting feedback and suggestions. If you listened to this whole thing, you're amazing. Thank you for listening to me rant for a bit. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!